Good evening. Welcome to my channel. My name is Madeleine Parker, and this evening I am going to do a read for the energy of Virgo. We are December 5th, 2019, and we are focusing on the current transition of Jupiter transitioning into the sign of Capricorn. And for Virgo, that is going to be in your 5th house. So let's talk a little bit about how that can play out for you. But first, let me just quickly mention that if you would like a personal read, my email information is below, so feel free to shoot me an email and ask about what I offer. And I also have a website, soullevels.com, and I have a blog on there. Plus, you can see my rates and everything on the website. Alrighty, so back to the topic of Jupiter into Sagittarius. Well, Jupiter is the energy of expansion, of luck, of positive future, exciting optimism, going into the sign of Capricorn, which is about discipline, long-term gratification, long-term commitments, laying down disciplined foundations, status improvement. So Jupiter can expand your status as possibly, so we're looking at the 5th house, so it could be relationships expanding, growing, possibly relationships that are just friendships turning into romantic relationships. But also we're going to be releasing, all of these areas are also the areas of where we're releasing a lot of karma. So you might be releasing other relationships that are just superficial and trivial. Now the 5th house also represents children. It's possible you could be having children. And so in general, it will be expansion of structured and long-term advancements in the area of Capricorn. Career involves career. It can be career. So perhaps you might be someone who now becomes involved in light work in the field with working with children, because Jupiter is the light worker. It's the guru. It's spiritual. It's higher calling, higher purpose. All right, so let's have a look and see how that is going to affect the energy of Virgo this fine December evening. Okay, we have the Four of Cups. No major arcanas yet. Four of Cups at the beginning. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Five of Wands. Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, 10 of Cups, King of Sword. Wow, interesting. No major arcanas yet. Wouldn't that be funny if I did a whole read without any major? There we go. All right. Only one major. Whoa, I think I see this card. Let's take a look at that. Let's let that out. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start from the beginning. So we get the Four of Cups. You know, the energy of the 5th house is joy and fun, and possibly with Jupiter going into Saturn, into Capricorn, it might be dampening that energy. It might be a heavier energy. I know I've kind of felt everything suddenly becoming a little heavier recently since this transit, and so if it's going into the 5th house, it's possible that it's dampening a little bit of your joy energy right now, but with this Eight of Pentacles, a very Virgo card, it's all about practical, it's in alignment, it's focused, it's taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and then we get the Queen of Swords and we get the Five of Wands representing the Virgos realizing, remember I was talking about the karmic element of this transit where because there's a lot of other things going on. We've got the Pluto and Capricorn and Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. So we are really releasing a lot of karmic, a lot of endings. So Virgo are really I'm going to say ending conflicting situations, ending situations that are arguing, that create argument, that are conflicting, that create, let's say, that cause conflict. And so they're having to say goodbye. So we did talk about relationships in the fifth house. So he's saying goodbye, fifth house, the five, saying goodbye to relationships that are conflicting, that are based in arguing, that are not, shall we say, in alignment with, that are I'm going to say, that are distracting for the Virgo from their in alignment focus and what they need to do for their future. And they have real clarity right now with relationships that are in their heart and that involve their future, and that possibly could turn into a committal home situation, and making decisions around this, because remember, we are talking about the fifth house. This is definitely a relationship read. So I think it's a very hard time for Virgo, because Virgo are very loyal. All earth signs are pretty loyal, very humble, dedicated people, and they may align with people that are not necessarily, they may effort with people that are not necessarily in alignment with their highest, best future destined outcome. In other words, they're ending relationships that they don't see in the long haul as being emotionally fulfilling and creating a harmonic home life. Now we get here the Queen of Pentacles in alignment, facing becoming independent, financially independent as well. So the Virgo are really focusing, tuning in very, very precisely. A Virgo is a very precise energy, very detailed, oriented, focused, service oriented energy, is now going to pay off in the form of financial. To me, the Queen of Pentacles represents a Virgo feminine, but also a financially independent feminine. If you're landing in this spot, and this can be a man holding the Virgo energy, but this person here is in alignment, doing the work that needs to be done for the long haul to create a more inspiring, heart-fulfilling future. Because Jupiter and Capricorn, ultimately all the planets want what's best for you, but Jupiter going into Capricorn in your fifth house is going to align you with the right relationships that are for the long haul, for the future. And the relationships that are harmonic for you, because they put you in alignment and enabling you to focus on your true area of service, or your true nature to be of service. So in other words, supportive relationships that help you be the full Virgo, precision focused, detailed oriented person that you are. Now we get a man turning in, King of Cups, heart space open, King of Wands here. So if you're Virgo feminine, we've got three kings here. We've got the King of Swords, King of Wands, King of Cups. So that to me indicates Virgo feminine, if this is a love read and we're looking at family, and a committed, if you're single and you're reading this, I would say this is possibly a transit that's going to put you in a long-term permanent relationship for the long haul with a man or partner that is truly heart-centered, in love. And then either you may have a choice of two possible men, and possibly even three. But it's a man, but this relationship, because we're going into the sign of Capricorn, this is a committed, long-term, in alignment. All these men are in alignment. The Queen is in alignment. So these are relationships that are going to be heart-centered, that are going to be warm, that are going to be decisive, committed. So we get these two kind of hard cards here at the beginning, challenging experiences or feelings. But I see this as just being the period during this heavy period that we have this transit going on. But there's going to be relief and inspiration soon around this. So we, optimism is to be had around this experience, even if you're feeling heavy about having to release relationships that are conflicting and that are not supportive and that do not bring joy. So there is hope instantly kind of coming in behind that with new options, new relationships that are more inspiring. Now, if I get the Ace of Wands in this spot, in the third spot, that represents the divinely reigniting light force in the relationship. So it's going to become apparent which relationship that is kind of around the Virgos. If you're single, and even if you're not single, it will become apparent whether you're in the relationship that has the reigniting fire divinely, because this is my divine line in my read. So you're going to align with the relationship that is truly divinely handed, that brings divine daily reignition, reinspiration, that creates fulfillment, and ending any relationship that is not of the divine reigniting nature. We've got all these cards lining up in alignment. Fire, wands. Virgo, wands again. You guys are so practical and detailed oriented. However, this read is you aligning with love and relationships that are creative, that are inspiring to you from an emotional and creative standpoint, because Virgo really do have enough of this energy of their own, practical energy, so they really do kind of attract it to water and fire, because it sort of sets them free. And that's what's coming for you, Virgo, is your energy match in a relationship that helps you become more expanded version of yourself, sets you, balances you out properly, energetically, and that's aligning with the right kind of relationship. That you see, because we're talking about the fifth house, which is a fire sign, which is the fifth house is the sign is a creative, is very much a creative house, and can represent the energy of Leo, and that is also a very shall we say, expressive, individual, creative expression. And we get these wands in this read very much, and the Knight of Wands. I didn't even talk about the Knight of Wands, indicating, even though it's out of alignment, the Virgo really is needing to be in alignment with more of the wand energy, which a true balanced mate is going to bring you, as well as fire it up within you. So it's kind of like Virgo are realizing what they really need in a relationship, and what really fires them up and sets them free from their heaviness, which is probably a fire and water mix sign. Now we do have air in here as well in a king, and that's possible too, because this is a decisive. We got two swords flanking this section, which means clarity, information, clarity of heart, clarity of knowledge of heart, decision making. So whatever man, if you're Virgo feminine, you're attracting a decision is being made here, possibly between two people, but also a mate that is decisive. Because we are talking about Capricorn here, anything that happens during this period is going to be shifting you into a new future, aligning you up with 2020, a new decade. So we are being guided to align with we are being guided by the events right now in our lives to set us up to be in the right spot for 2020, to start our new beginnings, our brand new cycles. Lovers and partnerships, okay, and growth. Open your heart to love and live in the moment with passion and exuberance. Embrace harmony of a great partnership. So that's what we're talking about here with the fire, is passion too. Passion. And that is very fiery with the fifth house. So I think what's happening is you, Virgo, are aligning with passionate relationships that are creative, that hold the future, that are exciting and interesting, that brings you, Virgo, more inspiration and excitement in your lives, and to be optimistic about having to let go of anything that doesn't bring you inspiration and excitement and joy, is to be released, so that you can make way for the love partnerships that are of passion and exuberance to lift you, Virgo. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the read. Namaste.